Hey, Crown Publishing content followers, viewers, supporters, and listeners from across the globe. How y'all doing out there this morning? We hope that all is well. From the Crown Publishing content family to yours, hit that like button to show your support. Subscribe so that you remain notified and uh, in the loop of new uploads, videos, and audio content, just like this video today, okay? We appreciate your support. Feel free to also, we welcome others to leave their commentary in our comment section because we all learn from one another. Regardless of the discussion topic, I like to choose discussion topics that we can learn from and, right, just spark our interest. And definitely compare our lives because I talk about this a lot and compare our lives in healthy ways. I'm going to get to what I mean by that in 1 second. But we talk about that on so many other streams pertaining to other topics. How, you know, the best sense I can put it in is that you could be on one side of the globe, carrying out a whole day, your regular quote unquote routine, right? Your 9 to 5, your job, whatever it is you do, you know. But at the same very time, and this is what I love most, I guess, in my opinion, about divine timing. At the same time, people just think about themselves. Selfish people don't get far to me. Everything will make sense in a second. Like, um, if you're in the long run, I hate when I do that and get lost in the middle of my thought because I be trying to say so much at one time. But I think what I was trying to say in a nutshell is like just to carry out your day, it is good to focus on yourself, but to not consider or keep in mind each and every day you wake up, each and every day you end, right? Going to sleep or whatever. Remember that there is always somebody. You probably heard the term going through something worse. Ooh, excuse me. Excuse me. Allergy season. But I would say always going through something in general. Whether it's worse, whether it's better, there's always somebody else, right? That's why I really don't like me personally, I don't like the spirit of like depression and loneliness and stuff like that no more because there's no way. And there's like a billion people on the globe. Now, every billion person may not be for you. You may not even meet every person on the globe in one lifetime, right? The only thing close to even making it possible is social media because you do have like influencers, celebrities, and stuff like this, leaders who do get a lot of followers or they do meet a lot of people in a lifetime, even if it's in a social media setting. Okay. But I just am one of those realists that remember there's always people going through other things on the other side of the globe. 1 second, guys. Boom. Now, with that being said, imagine waking up one morning and laws just change in your land, in your country, in your community, right? Let's not talk about like what kind of laws yet. We're here to talk about the new vice and virtue law that was passed, not just passed, but it's being, heavily enforced in certain parts of the world, predominantly Afghan women. I learned that or researched that voices or the Awrah is spelled Awrah, are considered like the mouth organ of the woman. I don't know if this is coming from the basis of religion or just their personal beliefs, the men leaders of these countries. They said that the mouth is like considered an intimate part. Even me, I didn't even know that. Let me add too that these same laws being enforced also, they're also to be followed by foreign residents as well, or like people that's traveling through. So I feel like with any country, right? I talk about that on other streams when we just talk about unfortunate things happening to tourists or things like this and other stories. But it's always because it's not just unfortunate things, but like for example, there that's another trending topic about some lady who went on a some type of voodoo retreat, cruise, or trip, and she just didn't return. She didn't return, and then she didn't return alive. Like, how many stories like this are we hearing? Whether the victim is black or white or what culture at this point, we are hearing that. Like Americans go and travel. They go travel, like the Shanquilla Robinson story. That was another victim who just went overseas. We're talking overseas in general for 1 second. And people being as knowledgeable as they can be at the end of the day about a particular place before they even go over there exploring. That doesn't make sense. Of course, you're going to learn more when you get to a place like Dubai or Haiti or um, Israel. You go over there just to explore, right? But why not research before you go, right? Because with this the vice and virtue laws, even if you're coming over or visiting, this does apply to you. People go over into other countries, I think it's silly to me, and they end up arrested. I think I talked about a lady before on my feel free to tune into previously recorded segments just like these if you're new to the channel. But a lady had went to Dubai and got arrested for talking too loud, just for shouting. Her tone of voice, an American woman, her tone of voice. And we're going to talk about some of the things that are included in the vice and virtue law, like what is being required of the women at this time. So we were talking about the voice being called, or the technical name in their language being called ara, the mouth like being looked at as an intimate part or is considered an intimate part, you know, that's only to be accessed in cases of necessity. So they're saying not particularly your mouth, but your voice. I think that's some deep, deep, deep stuff coming from. I felt like I was a great topic because, or um, I can feel people. Just imagine walking around and people looking at your voice like a come on now. It says an intimate part that should only be accessed because uh in cases of necessity. I guess in a way that teaches against overindulgence in its own way, because you should only access anything, in my opinion. This is just my commentary. Anything I state on the stream today is just my comments, opinions, and views. But you're welcome to leave, your opinion in the comment section. But this was just mind blowing. Like, I haven't even got through the first part of what I'm trying to explain because I didn't know that the voice in some country, the voice of a woman is like considered an intimate part and should only be accessed in cases of necessity. Like, in other words, your voice is not a necessity. This law applies to foreign residents. Women must refrain from raising voices. What did I just talk about? Sometimes it's not just how you use your voice. That's why I practice that regardless of what our laws are right here in America. I do. Because before even seeing this new updated news about the new laws in other countries pertaining to women, I always had like a interest in researching like really what other women across the globe like go through on a day-to-day basis. There's no way that you come and ask a person, well, how do you stay strong as a woman in America, right? America has its own issues and and struggles that we have to get through too, right? We're an evolving country, but we also have things that we're, I guess, working on every day. better now, a time to talk about it than ever, if anything. And like people can say, well, how could you use your voice? Or how could you? To me, it's not just using your voice, it's how you use your voice. It's always been like this, right? And it really takes these real circumstances or something for us to see this, because I think it's wise to say that it pays us to pay attention to this type of news, because if these kind of laws came forth in other places, would, I mean, once again, talking about censorship laws, how much they have increased, uh, I would think they should increase, or that it was coming in a way after so long, with so much information spreaded on the internet and social media and stuff these days. You got to kind of monitor what's being put out there. I've always tried to understand, our own laws and stuff like that when it comes to that freedom of speech, how much I speak on that, and how I really feel like people don't respect and honor it. They think freedom of speech is just saying what you want when you please. But luckily, there are some that can show us better than they can tell us. Exactly. If we don't learn to be those type of people, to live more through action than speech, is great to have freedom of speech, but until you get to that level, in my opinion, where you are able to master your freedom of speech, you speak I mean, from the tone to who you're talking to, how you're talking to them, and people look at me. I'm serious. I felt like I was a great candidate for this topic. Like, why do you say the things you say? Why do you feel like you feel? Like maybe I have already processed things like this when it comes to freedom of speech, freedom of quote unquote silence. Because with this uh, vice and virtue laws, there is no freedom of silence, because to me freedom of speech is freedom of silence. You've been able to use your silence back and forth at will as you please. Well, this is totally different. It's like you're actually being forced to be silent. With these laws, you're being forced to be silent. You're even told from the foundation, from the root,